Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to Trekfast, the only show on the internet where Star Trek is reviewed while breakfast is consumed.
As always, my name is Corey.
And my name is Mike.
So today is a little interesting of a scenario. We realized we never watched the episode Space Seed where they introduce Khan on the show. We kind of missed it.
Right. We never did a Trekfast for it.
Basically.
We've seen it. But, so yeah, we're doing...
And I completely missed it.
It's season 1. Season 1 episode is called Space Seed, because next we're going to be watching The Wrath of Khan.
Yes.
So we wanted to get our Khan introduction, or remember what he's all about before we watch that movie. So let's show what we've got for breakfast.
Let's do it. So we have different proportion bagels today. Mike's is a normal-sized bagel, but mine is a little tiny bagel, and I tried to write a little ST on it. Again, it's probably going to be upside down in reverse.
Oh, I'll flip it, don't worry.
And I also made 2 hash browns, because, you know, I love hash browns. And, you know.
And with sriracha on both.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sriracha.
And a little ketchup, right?
Yes, on the potatoes, they get a little ketchup. It's like half and half.
Interesting. So you did a layer of ketchup for the ST, and then you did another layer.
I did like little parts, and then you connect it with the sriracha.
Okay, so it was like connect the dots.
A little bit. It's a little ketchup.
Now I have a sesame seed bagel, toasted with vegetable cream cheese, and one of them has some salmon dip on it that I got. That was from Trader Joe's.
Whoa. Yeah,
all right.
I've had that dip. It's pretty good.
And we also have these mini powdered donuts. I'll probably eat some of.
Okay. Yeah, we had a lot of donuts show up recently. So.
All right, let's do it.
It's all good. I'm getting more coffee.
Oh, you guys filmed stuff already?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fun.
And there's coffee too. You want some?
No, okay, I'm heading out.
Are you certain of your sensory? Definitely a space vessel of some type. Target? Unknown. Could hardly be an Earth ship. There have been no flights into this sector for years.
I'm picking up a signal, sir. Captain, that's the old Morse code call signal.
Thank you.
CQ? CQ?
We're reading it, Lieutenant. I thought you said it couldn't possibly be an Earth vessel. Understand why it always gives you pleasure to see me proven wrong. And emotional Earth weakness.
So yeah, this episode's pretty
Really
crazy.
good episode.
Yeah.
Very, very good episode. One of the best, I'd say. Let's do a recap real quick.
Yes.
So the Enterprise comes across a spaceship that they see as they recognize it as an Earth vessel, an ancient Earth vessel, and when they beam to it, they find a bunch of humans in cryogenic frozen state. They then revive the leader, who is named Khan, of course, and they bring him back to the Enterprise. Then Khan uses his superpower of seduction to, which you learn he has super strength and super seduction. Those are his powers.
Yeah.
And even the men are attracted to him.
They're just. I mean, like I can't.
McCoy says it to Kirk.
Well, he has magnetism. Almost electric. You felt it.
You felt it, right? We've all felt it.
And then there's a scene where like everyone except Spock is just talking about how much they love him. They're like, "Oh, what a great guy! Look at him!" And Spock's like, "What the fuck?"
Before that happened, so much crazy stuff happens. They realize that he's from the '90s, and they're like, "What? There was a lot of those dictator things around them." The '90s, I love it. But they
super soldiers, enhanced humans.
Yeah, he's like, could be one of them. It's like, And then finally, when he revives, he's like, you know, I'd like to read up on your ship. Can I do that? And Kirk's just like, sure. Just here's the book. Anyone will help you. Just look it up.
Right.
And spend all your time with this one lieutenant who's just clearly
MacGyver's.
MacGyver's.
And MacGyver's instantly falls in love with him. She also has like a fetish for historical men. Like she has all these paintings in her room of all these
It links up too perfectly.
Yeah.
But initially, Kirk isn't against it. And he's kind of mean to her. Actually, everyone's mean to everyone in this episode. It's pretty crazy. There's a lot of slapping and there's a lot of mean. Like, I mean, he seduces her. He seduces MacGyver. Khan seduces MacGyver, but it's in a very
aggressive
forceful,
fashion,
odd way.
And then he, of course, revives the rest of his group, all the super soldier people, enhanced humans, and they take over the Enterprise. And then Kirk and Spock have to fight back to regain control. It's a good episode.
It is.
Corey, you want to give your review?
Yeah, I definitely liked it. It's definitely one of the best episodes of Star Trek. There is a lot of aggressiveness, and it's kind of weird his like mental ability, and that kind of thing. Like that's a little odd, and just the fact that Kirk, he brought him back to life, which is what Kirk would have done, but just kind of just being like, oh, want to see the inside of the ship? Here it is. Yeah, I felt like that was just kind of weird. It was like a missight, and then they're like quoting like novels and stuff, so it's just like, how do you helped him? So I don't know. And then at the end they're like, yeah, just go and be a dictator elsewhere, like we won't kill you, but just go over there and I'll plant that seed, which is what Kirk does, universally planting seeds. And yeah, no, it's a great episode. I'd give it 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5 bagels.
Yes, I would. I'm giving it 5 out of 5. I also thought MacGyver was great. She was a good actress.
Mm-hmm.
But you feel bad for her because it's like she's initially very just intrigued by that time of history, or just those type of men, those kind of like historical men. So it makes sense. But Khan is just he's very aggressive. It's very spooky.
Yeah, and I thought
scary.
Khan's a good actor too.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
definitely really good, powerful performance.
Yeah.
And yeah, Corey's right. Kirk is just an idiot in this episode. He makes a lot of bad decisions. He lets Khan read all of the information on the Enterprise, which makes it very easy for him to take control of it. Then he also McCoy tells him that Khan's as strong as 3 men or whatever, or 6 men, I don't know how many,
and
they give him 1 guard. They're like, just have 1 guard out there, Bart, and then Khan just easily slaps him away.
Yeah.
And
he
also
does a cool flip. He's like, whoa.
Yeah. Then at the end, he just lets him go. That's also a bad decision. So I think Kirk was a terrible captain this episode. But it's still a good episode. And he even says that at one point. Kirk is like, I blame myself. I take full responsibility.
I take full responsibility. I take full...
And the lieutenant was when the lieutenant helps Kirk out because they're he's in a pressure chamber. She's like, just don't kill him. So he's like, all right, I'll toss him I'll put him on another planet.
Yeah, I don't know. The only thing I guess I really didn't like, besides Kirk being terrible, which I don't know, maybe I didn't. Maybe that's fine. Maybe that just shows he has some weakness. Yeah. Was that the end fight scene with Kirk and Khan? Kirk just kind of beats him by hitting him with a rod.
Yeah.
He just hits him with a rod, and it's he's supposed to be super duper strong. Mm-hmm. I think it could have taken maybe Kirk and Spock to beat him. I think that could have been cooler. It made more sense and made Khan look stronger too. Mm-hmm. And I think that would have been neat.
Yeah.
But everything else I really really liked about the episode: the power struggle, the contradiction of the admiration for Khan, but also him being this horrible conqueror. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna give it.
You know what? Before you do that, the weirdest thing that I just realized was when they do talk about how they realize that he's actually an actual dictator from the 90s, and they're like, oh, we should have thought of that. Where it's but then they talk about how much they appreciate him, or they're how jealous they're it's so great. And Spock's like, what are you talking about? He's like, he's a dictator, and he's like, oh well, us humans, we'll always have that kind of brutality in us. And they all laugh about it, yeah, oh, we all want to do that. And it's just and Spock's like, this is insane.
Gentlemen. Mr. Spock, you misunderstand us. We can be against him and admire him all at the same time. Illogical. Totally.
I just think that's the funniest part. He's like, Or that's the best part, but it's also the most confusing part because they just are like they seem just like drunk, like they're just like, oh, when I'm drunk, I really just want to just take over and be a dictator. It's weird, and they're like, you know what? We have one here. We clearly hate him, but boy, isn't he just great though?
I'm also gonna give the episode 5 bagels, so it gets the Golden Sriracha Award.
Oh boy!
When both
Double
of us
sauce.
give it a 5, it gets the highest honor that you can receive in this household.
Wow, what an honor! What a clear victory! Even more.
This is like our version of the Oscar.
Yeah.
The Sriracha.
The Sriracha.
All right. Have a good day, everyone. Happy Trekfast.